Fine.
We're live.
We are live from Texas.
Howdy from Texas.
Happy Sunday, y'all.
How are y'all?
Got
How's everybody?
my coffee. I'm ready to roll.
How's everybody? Ready to talk? Lose it to cruise it? Cruise news? Q&A?
And
And?
anything else they want to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, we're here. We're here. We're not going anywhere. We're here for probably at least an hour. So hang in with us. Z Show's in the house. Z Show Cruise Fun. Go check out their channel, anyone who's watching. After this live, of course. Good afternoon, everybody. Z Show says hi.
Afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
My son's in the chair back behind me, and he's growling, so he's seeing something out front.
Someone may actually be like walking.
There's a human on my
in
sidewalk.
front of it, or even on the opposite side of the road.
There's some human walking by our neighbor's house.
Even the opposite side is enough. It doesn't even take our property for him to start.
Oh, he's a good guard dog.
Start up.
All 9 pounds.
His noises, at least,
Yeah.
right?
All
I
9
mean,
pounds of him.
His size wouldn't scare anybody away, but his noise is. Cruise Vet in the house. He is on board Ovation of the Seas.
Right on.
And we just pulled into Juneau, he says. Wow. Okay. You're going to have to keep a running, review list. Keep notes on your phone, Cruise Vet, or whatever, however it is that you do.
Can we plug in with him?
And let us know. No.
I want to plug in with him. I want to be on board the ship with him.
He needs to do a live during his cruise sometime.
There you go.
Let us know, Cruise Vet. Yeah, Rambling with the Brums. Hey, guys, Mr. Scott. Scott in the house with Rambling with the Brums.
Canada?
Yes.
Right on.
Canada,
Yeah.
eh?
Canada, eh?
That's all I know. That's the only accent I know. How to do Canada, eh?
That's my syrup, eh?
That's your syrup guy. Oh, we're so bummed though, Scott. Not till the spring. You got to have some syrup for us before the spring.
I was at the store just the other day thinking, man, why can't we get this on a shelf in Texas?
Can't we get? Yeah, good stuff. Cruise Vet says the internet is not the best. LOL. Yeah.
Imagine that.
I would think that the quantum ships, though, which is what Ovation and what's the other one? Cruising out of Alaska. Ovation. Anyway, Quantum. Duh. Hello. Quantum class had Wi-Fi at the time they were built. They were before the Oasis class, I think.
Yeah.
Because at one time, Quantum class was the biggest class. So I would not think that they were retrofitted.
No.
With Wi-Fi, I would think that they had it from the beginning. So I'm a little surprised.
Yeah. My guess is that they're probably back to near 100% capacity, and it's the amount of traffic.
Could be.
On the.
Or maybe it's.
Heavy traffic.
I mean, we got news, though, about the internet coming. Better internet coming. And it's supposed to be coming on Royal Caribbean first. Already on some of the Royal Caribbean ships first. So we'll talk about that during cruise news. Joanne Smith. Hi, guys, from New Jersey.
New Jersey.
In the house.
Franklin Township Warriors here.
Right there.
Jersey 1974.
Jersey guy.
Jersey. Well, military brat. Represent New Jersey.
Represent.
Peace.
Cruise Vet. Oh, no, they canceled Skagway tomorrow, he says. What's up? What's up with Skagway? Is it the falling rocks like before? And they didn't let you know before? I mean, the rocks have been falling.
Mudslides or something?
Yeah, the rocks have been falling for like 2 months now. So you would think that they would know ahead of time, maybe. Scott says, I'm told our cruise is only about 50%. This is our January cruise on Norwegian that Scott's on also.
Scott's on breakaway now?
No, he's going to be there with us in January. All right. His first cruise. Yeah. That's out of, NOLA, New Orleans.
Nowlands.
Yeah.
Nowlands.
50%. Well, I mean, I love that. We love the lower capacity, I have to say.
So just for confirmation, they're looking at 50% for the January cruise?
No, I think
currently.
Scott's just saying that our cruise right now is only sold at 50%. He's not saying it won't sell more before then. He's just saying right now he's hearing that it's only at 50% right now, which is, what are we, 100 and something days out? That's
119, I think.
Yeah, that's like January. So that's kind of surprising. That's surprising.
Yeah.
I don't know if it would be like because it's New Orleans and not like Galveston or Florida. I don't know. I mean, that's weird, Scott. Weird. Good info though. Yeah. Okay. Well, then we'll get into it, y'all. Our Lose It to Cruise It update is always first. So we're going with that. And we have good news this week.
You feeling pretty good, ain't you?
I am. Okay. So again, sorry, regular crew, but for those who haven't been the regular crew, this is what we've been doing since September of last year, which was Symphony of the Seas, our first cruise back after 714 days. Yes, we were counting. We were counting every day. I guess you just need to go let him out. I'm not sure.
My son needs to be let out. Y'all excuse me.
The scratching on the door is going to drive us crazy.
Duty calls.
And this is just review anyway. So since last September, I gained 15 pounds in body fat. And I'm not going to fool myself, y'all. It wasn't muscle. Ain't no muscle. It wasn't any muscle. I wasn't in the gym. I wasn't doing, like calisthenics around the house. It wasn't nothing. And JJ gained 10 pounds. So we started looking in June to this upcoming cruise. And we were like, this is not going to do. This is not good. I was growing out of my, out of my pants mainly. I was growing out of my clothes and JJ was having to buy new shorts and it's just not good. We're like, can we climb the stairs? Can we walk long distances on excursions? Can we just enjoy ourselves without having to filter it for our health? And so we started on June 15th, going to the gym. It's early, folks. It's early. We wake up at 3:45 in the morning, and we are at the gym at 4:30 when they open. And for all you newbies, the original video that we tell you about all this drama and while we're doing this craziness is linked below. It's the original Lose It to Cruise It video. So you can hear all of our background and all of our roller coaster weight over the years. And so we are strong and determined to not do the roller coaster again, because usually we like lose weight for a cruise, and then we come home and we gain it back. So we're not going to do that this time, right?
Yeah, right.
Right. Yeah. Right. That was real. That was a real enthusiastic agreement. So since June 15th, we have been going to the gym. We have been tracking our food on MyFitnessPal, which is a free app. And we were ordering meals from Freshly, which JJ still is off and on. And I was ordering from Snap Kitchen, which I was really liking, but I just got burned out of them because I'm a picky eater. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Picky eater here in the house. And there were only so many meals that, one, were within my calorie range that I needed, and two, that I liked, that I would eat. And so I got burned out. So quite frankly, the last 3 weeks, probably, I've been doing lean cuisine. Yeah, I've been doing frozen meals from lean cuisine out from the HEB. So, and it's been fitting the bill. I have to add protein in, usually, but anyway, it's been working, and I'll tell you why it's been working. Okay, we'll do the progress update now. Let's check out our comments first. Let's see. Yeah, Scott says about our Norwegian cruise, it's the slowest week in cruising, I'm told by my NCL guy, which is why it was less expensive, which is why we booked.
They just want somebody on board.
Hello.
It's like trying to fill an airplane.
Hello. I mean, that's what I look at.
Empty seats don't pay the bills.
I go to, and I know we're flipping between losing weight for the cruise and actually being on the cruise, which is fun. That's kind of that's the equation or the formula that this series of shows has kind of. So I go to Vacations to Go first, simply because I like their format, because you can see week to week when the prices drop, and that's when demand is dropping. Yeah. So then I get with my travel agent and I'm like, what about this week? Or I'll go onto Royal Caribbean site and compare it to Vacations to Go, and check it out that way. Because because you can see, you look at, because how the columns are on Vacations to Go. He's cracking up.
You're so excited.
I know. Well, it's a good source.
No coffee for you.
It's a good source. I swear I haven't had any caffeine.
I'll take care of it.
It's a good source to see week to week, Scott. So you're right. That is one of the slowest weeks in cruising. What is it, the third week in January or something like that? Yeah. Z shows from Granbury. Are y'all always in Granbury? Why didn't I remember that, Z show?
Granbury's got a nice lake. Do you have any water left down there?
Yeah. Well, we had so much water earlier that they may still have some in there.
They got a nice lake.
Diane Allen. Hi, Diane. She was one of the All Things Wagner old school. She was commenting on our videos right from the beginning. Love to you.
She's a class 1 graduate.
Yeah.
Class
Love
number
to
1
you,
graduate.
Diane. She has her like grandkids sometimes, right? Isn't that why you can't always make the lives, Diane? Anyway, really good to see you in here. And Cruise Vet says, just so,
don't do that.
Just so you know, Cruise Vet says, I'm scheduled to do the iFly skydiving tomorrow and also the North Star. You better get that recorder going.
You got a GoPro on your head?
You better get that. Yeah,
I don't think they'll let you in there with that.
Maybe not on iFly. On the North Star, definitely. You can record with whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just like the big bubble that you just float over the ocean, with and look around.
Hey, look, just recruit another veteran to video you while you're in the tube.
Find you a friend, Cruise Vet on board, and get them to video you while you're on iFly. We're going to do both. Absolutely going to do both iFly and North Star.
Well, I'll be your videographer. I'll see you at the bottom.
No, you're doing it, mister.
All right.
You're doing it. Cruise Vet says, I'll let you know how it goes. Excellent. Diane says, it's going in the house. Yes, she is. We appreciate you, Diane. Scott says, hit the like button, folks. Thanks, Scott. Yeah.
Thank you.
Hit the like button. We got several people in here right now.
Something about what do they call it?
Algorithm.
That's a term I'm not familiar with.
YouTube, man. They do have an algorithm for sure. Okay. So our lose it to cruise it status for
Sherry.
September
for Sherry
25th. We're in our 14th week. This is just our 10th week of updates because we didn't start doing this video series and we haven't done it every week. Like we took a week, Labor Day, we took a break. So update on progress. No, we always do JJ first.
Alrighty then.
So JJ stopped doing the week to week. Because if you don't do the same day every time, it's kind of hard to gauge how much you've actually lost. Because I don't know, if you had something salty on a Friday night, then your Saturday morning weight is going to be more than it would actually be,
right.
Last Saturday, whatever.
So I'm going to use my weight every Saturday morning.
Oh, have you chosen to do? I thought you were just not going to do week to week anymore.
No, I'm not going to do day to day.
Oh, you're not going to do daily. And I'll say that too. We weigh in daily because it just gives us more data. Like I was talking about the sodium. You kind of get to see how your body reacts to different foods. And so, more data is always more power and more information always lets you know how to adjust if you need to adjust or if everything's on track. So we weigh every day. If it's going to mess you up mentally,
don't do it.
Just don't do it. I mean, some people are like, oh my gosh, what was it? 3 pounds up when he ate a hamburger or something.
I was up 2 pounds.
Yeah. And he's like, clearly.
I didn't eat a 2-pound hamburger.
It's not body fat. It's not 2 pounds of body fat overnight.
And I didn't eat a 2-pound burger.
Right. But some people just can't shut that off in their mind. I think probably women more than men. We're just like that magic number on the scale. But if you can weigh every day and you can get your mind out of that, this actually means I've gained or I've lost or whatever, and just keep the running total of the weight every day. It's so much data. It's great. I love it.
If you've never done it, it is good to try it because then you become intellectually aware of how your body reacts to certain foods.
Yeah.
There's 2 foods.
And activity or no activity.
2 foods my body reacts to.
Mm-hmm. Salt.
Donuts.
And
Mama's pizza.
Pizza, yeah. And we're thinking maybe like the gluten because his joints also start hurting.
They hurt.
Yeah. But he definitely feels it for a couple of days after regular pizza.
And my sinuses as well.
And sodium when he eats anything that's higher sodium. Yeah. But I did too. I went up like a pound and a half on the scale this morning and I was like, whatever. Like that was because I had a burger yesterday.
She did.
So that does it. Okay. So drum roll for the whole entire time for the 14 weeks, JJ has lost
12.8 pounds.
12.8 pounds overall since June 12. Good job. High five and fist bump. High five and fist bump to JJ. All right. His back started hurting.
Oh.
His back. That's not the funny
That's
part.
not funny.
That's not funny. His back started hurting and he was so confused. He was like, I don't know. What have I done? There wasn't like an event in his mind that he was like, oh, my back. Like you move something or you bend down outside or whatever. You reach to grab your towel.
Chasing my lawnmower across the yard.
Depending on how old you are, it could be something simple. We all know. And So he didn't have an event that hurt his back. His back just started really hurting. And he started thinking back to our floor.
And actually, it was an event.
It was an event,
Cool.
but it didn't hurt just then.
No, it was not instantaneous.
Yeah. So we had our floors replaced. Those of you who've been following us know that one Sunday you saw us flipped around.
The refrigerator in the living room
was in the living room, along with a lot of other furniture, like crazy. It was the refrigerator and the washer and dryer. It was all like in our living room right here where we're sitting. And it was because we had the floors replaced. We took the carpet out and put some more flooring, like, what is it, tile? Ceramic tile or something?
Yeah, ceramic tile. And I love it.
And, there was a crew to do that. We had a crew here, Mr.
3 young men could not move more than one piece of our furniture.
They were young, though, and they were not small. And who felt the need that he had to help them?
Well, I didn't want them to scratch your floor, huh?
He's using excuses. He felt the need to help them
I'm looking out for you.
Some very heavy furniture. Some of the pieces we have are
72 hours later, it was like,
he was, and he didn't put it together. And I didn't either. Neither one of them. Of course, I wasn't here.
Oh.
I wasn't here to see it. But he was like, what did that? He said, I bet the front. I was like, duh. Of course. Moving furniture will do
Reaching out and
every
lifting.
time. Instead of something, close to your body. But just new, too. I mean, he doesn't move furniture every day. They do. So they're probably fine. Plus, they're 30 years your junior.
More.
Or more. So, but he was hurting. So he's been hurting since then. So the gym, my whole point was that the gym has not been
as aggressive
regular
as I would like it to be.
Has not been his regular schedule.
Not as aggressive.
Yeah. So, K27. Hi, K27. Good to see you. Hey, so good. Got mad at me. So God got mad at me and destroyed my home. What do I do?
What happened?
Oh, no, not my pet rock. Leave him alone, God, please. I don't know. K27's having some issues. I'm sorry. Was it the hurricane? Are you talking about the hurricane? Uh-oh. Okay. Grant Canfield in the house. Grant, good to see you. Daily weight drove me nuts. Yeah, it does some people, Grant. Weekly, same time of the day, etc., is better for me. Exactly. And that's what I tell people who, ask me about stuff, because as people know who watched the first video, I did like a lot of research. I used my degree to do all this research and helped us lose weight the first time. And I actually look at research on PubMed, online, which are actual research studies that are peer reviewed, and they give you the results, and they give you how many subjects there were, and if they had a placebo, a blind, double blind controlled or not, whatever, all those research standards that are good to have if you really want to trust the research. And so we know how to lose. We just enjoy sitting on the couch and eating pizza.
I do.
And watching Netflix.
I do.
Who doesn't?
Or HBO.
Right. So it's easier.
Or Prime Video.
That's much more enjoyable to our lower animal brains to do that.
Right.
But we like the data. So I get it, Grant. Why some people just can't handle it. Z Show Cruise Fund says, I think it was the hamburger. Yep. And fries. There's fries.
We shared a large order.
There's fries with hamburgers.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Diane says, proud of you, JJ. 12.8 pounds down.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. I believe we do, Diane. I think you're right. And let's see. JJ, why don't you go on with my results?
Woo! Girl. Hey, y'all, this girl, she don't play. She is chasing me. Okay.
I'm trying.
Sherry is down 11 pounds. However,
woohoo!
On top of that, she is down 1 inch in her waist. Yes, I have a cheat sheet. You see that? 1 inch in her waist and 2 inches in her hips. And
that's what I'm most proud of.
She be looking good.
I've been working on that, people.
She be looking good. Did I say she be looking good?
I'm working on that. I have moved like 4 suits. I moved 4 suits from the too small or too big closet into my regular closet
Yes.
this week.
Yes, we transfer clothing.
Well, because I have like a summer, winter, whatever. He doesn't really. He keeps all his clothes in the same closet. But yeah, I have clothes that are either too big or because again, we
Ebb and flow.
we do this
We
and we
ebb and flow.
shouldn't, but
What
we
do they call
do.
Yo-yo dieting.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Not usually large amounts, not like 20 pounds or more, but 10
Right.
pounds easily. And I'm so short and carry my weight the way that I do that's another pant size. So I got to go get some clothes from the other closet.
So congratulations.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Woo-hoo, 11 pounds. Yes. 1.2. Did you say that? 1.2 lost just this week. I was happy. I was busy at work. And so I didn't have the urge to like snack during the afternoon. Like I
Cruise
usually
vet,
do.
I did my haircut today.
Yep. He did his hair for everybody.
Yeah. All 2 of them.
Scott. Yeah, I'll do that, Scott. Scott just made a request. So I think it's probably not going to be an issue maybe after this, but I just did that, Scott.
Yep.
So
We did.
You should have those mod powers. Yeah, Scott says, great job. Thank you. Thank you. And Diane says, WTG, way to go, Sherry. That's really great. Yeah, mine had slowed down quite a bit because, again, when you got 5 pounds to go, it's just slower. It's just slower. Yeah, Scott, watch out what you ask for. He says, oh, no. Watch out what you ask for. So, okay. So, yeah, that's it. We are just trucking right along. Again, I changed my meals to lean cuisine. So, and it was good for the change. So if you find yourself hitting a plateau, which is actually like 3 weeks or longer, 3 to 4 weeks or longer at the same weight.
Right.
A week at the same weight or even 2 weeks at the same weight is not necessarily what the experts call a plateau, So give yourself some time, especially women, give yourself some time and be honest with your tracking. If you're tracking what you're eating, sometimes we aren't. Those little taste bites and licks throughout the day. Oh, can you let him in, babe?
Oh, yeah.
Our dog's still outside.
Y'all excuse me.
And it's warm. It's still warm here.
Yeah, fall has not
It's
arrived.
probably 90. But it should be in the 50s in the mornings at least this week. We got that done. Let's see. Grant. I like yo-yo diets. You can use the string to floss out the plastic shards. Not exactly the meaning, but I get it. Yo-yos have numerous uses. Yeah. So Scott, Rambling with the Brums, is our moderator now, y'all. So if any other trolls come in, Scott is very experienced with lives. I tuned in to one of his lives.
Boom.
And it was fun.
Troll.
Yeah.
Boom.
So
Troll.
Scott's got us taken care of.
Thank you, Scott.
Yeah. Okay. So moving into cruise news. He's drinking. He can't make his noise.
No.
Now.
Beep, 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 beep.
That's all?
I got to practice.
You cut it off. Walter Cronkite.
Yeah, y'all remember Walter.
Walter Cronkite news.
Who here remembers Walter?
News sounds. Woo, that was a while ago.
Maybe
Okay.
I should figure out how to do Jeff Dunham's what's his name?
Which one? He's got like 5 dummies now.
Well,
Characters.
yeah.
Ahmed. No.
Ahmed. And what's the other one?
He's got the old man.
The old man. What's his name? Come on,
Walter.
someone. Walter.
Yeah.
I love me some Walter, man.
So Florida Traffic in the House, hello, says, I wonder if the cruises will be impacted by Ian's effects on Florida this week. Yes, they will, Florida Traffic. We will be showing the evacuations live. Oh, good. Okay, go check out their channel if y'all are wanting to see how Florida's doing. We were just watching Governor DeSantis this morning, listening to him at the press conference talking about. So we're praying for Florida.
Amen.
For sure. Yes.
Amen.
Cruising, if you're cruising next week, in fact, hurricane that was like overnight or even in like 2 hours time, they changed them from a tropical depression with a number. It was TD9. They changed it to Hurricane Ian with a name. And he is raging through the Caribbean. Hasn't hit, as far as I could tell, and Florida traffic, tell me if I'm wrong about that. but it didn't just. From what I could tell, it hadn't hit any islands yet. It was like going in the water, so that was good news. Like it didn't hit any directly the Caribbean islands. But the forecast warrants a close look at your cruise line's website and your email for itinerary changes if you're cruising next week.
Absolutely.
So keep an eye on that. Also, though, what was the last one? Hurricane that's now up in Canada. Oh, Fiona.
Fiona
is now.
Where's Fiona? We're
kind of.
You know, I think of with Fiona.
What? The big green.
Yeah.
Ogre.
What's his name?
Princess Fiona.
Princess Fiona.
I'm sure there's probably actual people also named Fiona in the world.
Of course there are.
They get a hurricane named after them. I know that says a lot. So yes, if you're cruising next week, actually anytime during, a hurricane season, you should keep your eye on your cruise line's website and your email, and or keep in close contact with your travel advisor, your travel agent, because
all three.
It can change. And what'll happen is we thought this was going to happen one time. We were so excited when we first started cruising the Eastern Caribbean, and we've cruised the Western a lot because it's just so cheap to just drive down to Galveston, 5 hours away for us.
Right.
And it really saves costs on flying anywhere else. And so we cruise the Western Caribbean a lot. And so when we started cruising the Eastern Caribbean, we were so excited. We were like, yay, and then a storm came. And we were like on the verge of changing to a Western Caribbean itinerary. And we were so bummed. They didn't have to, because it was one of these that went up just on the water and didn't hit the islands and was pretty much gone by the time we embarked and left on our cruise. Thank the Lord.
That's a good question for our group.
What's that?
How many have ever cruised in or around or through a hurricane?
On the ship.
On a cruise?
Yes. On the ship. Yeah. That would be interesting.
A commercial cruise ship, not in the military.
Yeah, Z Show Cruise Fun says, I remember Cronkite back in the day. You're probably about.
Remember what?
Cronkite.
Oh, of course.
Back in the day, definitely.
Yeah, that's when news was actually news.
And Scott, rambling with the Brums, went over and joined Florida Traffic. We probably will too after this.
Yeah.
Definitely. To keep up to date on that. Z Show says it is still a tropical storm. I am watching the Weather Channel live. Oh, really? I thought it had been named, though. I guess they named tropical storms too, though. That's good, though, because as soon as it gets to a hurricane, that obviously it gets more scary because it's stronger. So that's good, though. So it's Tropical Storm Ian, I guess, at this point. Diane Allen, did anyone hear if the New England/Canada cruises were affected by Fiona? I was watching Tony this morning, and it didn't seem to be, but that wasn't anything today on Lolita Loca. That wasn't today's cruise news, so I haven't heard.
Florida Traffic, I just subscribed. I'm going to keep an eye on you and your info.
Yeah, thank
you for that.
Yeah, thanks for what you do on that channel. Yep. So, yeah, anyone who's cruising or watching this recording, I mean, obviously, if you're cruising next week, you may be on the boat at the ship, today or tomorrow. But be sure and check your cruise line website and your emails.
And what about prices? Prices here lately. Yeah, I've been watching the price of our Explorer aft.
He has that
balcony.
Shipmate, which is cruiseline.com. He has the Shipmate app.
Yeah.
And you can log on and you
monitor. Monitor the. Last time I got a bulletin from them, our aft balcony was like $2,200 and some change per person. That was this morning.
Who would pay $2,200 for one person?
Can't do it.
That's $4,400 just for cruise fare.
Can't do it.
That is craziness.
Yeah. Plus, we have to fly.
Yeah, those of you who, I don't know if anyone's in here who is going to be on Explorer with us. I don't think so, but they that's crazy. I guess they just don't want to fill.
If you want to.
They just don't want to fill the ship. That's what that tells me. When you're taking a regular balcony room, $2,200 for one person, you don't want to fill the ship. So maybe they're trying to save room for Royal Up.
Well, we'll get into that in a minute.
Speaking of Royal Up.
Wait a minute.
Our homegrown drum roll. The video for tomorrow, because I've been doing video releases on Monday, is about the Royal Up program. all of you currently in here, I'm sure, I think y'all are experienced cruisers and you probably understand the roll-up program. It's not a very long video. It's it's a little over 4 minutes because I just give a summary. I'm on those Facebook cruise groups and so many people are asking about what's roll-up or how do I get there? Or
what is it?
It's
a legit question.
Pretty basic questions.
Yeah.
So it's just like a 4-minute video. But if you're not familiar with it, go watch that.
Check it out.
Yeah, go watch that. Okay, so speaking of Explorer.
Right.
Last week on Explorer, yes, that is the ship that we will be on in 20 days. That's our cruise countdown, 20 days. This past week had a fire on board, September 20th. That you may have seen that on some of the other channels on Cruise News. It was on the activity deck in a closet. So they, had to shut down that area, that end of the deck. It's probably like 13 or 14. I'm not sure what deck that is. Maybe 12 or 13. I don't remember. And they had to close that end of the ship. A couple of, was it decks below that or above that? Because the smoke.
Above.
Yeah, the smoke was wafting, and so they had to close. But I was watching on my Explorer Facebook group, and people were saying if you weren't on that end of the ship or trying to get there,
you had no idea.
You didn't even know there was a fire.
Well, it wasn't that.
Yeah.
Any fire on a cruise ship
is concerning.
Is a bad thing. I don't care how small it is. It's a bad thing. Okay. However, like you folks know, people who work for the cruise line are trained to multitask. They do several different things. It's like cross training in the military. Okay. Their firefighters may be waiting on you in the formal dining room. No, seriously.
Maybe not.
But they,
hope not.
but they train rigorously on fires. So they got to it quick and they put it out quick. And now they just have a lot of damage and repair to do. Thankfully, nobody was hurt.
And no injuries and I don't even know how much damage it is. I'm not sure if it actually left the closet.
It did. And I saw the video. It was not pretty.
Okay.
They're going to have to do a lot of scraping and sandblasting and painting. And
sure.
Yeah. Anyway.
And the second problem Explorer had, like our ship for 20 days from now. And people.
You think the Lord's trying to tell us something?
People were 20 days is a long time. He can take care of a lot of problems on a ship in 20 days. That's what I'm telling myself. They also, this morning on the same page, were reporting that 3 days ago, they started having yellow tap water.
Don't drink the yellow water.
Yellow tap water.
Yellow. Don't drink it.
Okay. What does everybody think about that? Yeah, that's not fun. So they said they thought it was because they had taken on water to replenish in Aruba. Someone had that was going around the ship, rumors. I don't know if these people that was reporting that actually asked an officer or if that was official response from Royal or not. But that's what they had heard, is that they took on water in Aruba, and that was why.
Sounds kind of sketchy to me.
I don't really go for it. What I know, done a little research. Did a little research before about the cruise water on board, because what we do is we bring our Yetis. In fact, this exact Yeti, we bring our Yetis, fill it up with water from the tap water under the sink. I just turn on.
That is a world cruising Yeti.
It is. It's been everywhere. And then we put Mio, the water flavoring, in it. You can get the little MIO and it comes in all different kind of flavors. And we just put it in the water, and that's what we drink all week, because we don't drink alcohol and we don't drink sodas, and so that saves a lot of money. And so we just drink our flavored water. But we stop at wherever the Cafe Promenade on Royal Caribbean ships or the Windjammer, and we get ice in the Yeti, and then we just fill it up with water from the tap, or we ask our room steward every night to bring us ice in the ice bucket. And so we always have ice in the room too. So we fill it up with ice, maybe in the room, and then I fill it up with tap water under the bathroom tap.
They normally leave us a fresh bucket in the morning and then one in the evening.
Yeah.
So.
If I'm filling my Yeti with water in the cruise room bathroom
and it's yellow,
I'm going down to customer service.
I'm getting me a bottle of water.
I'm asking for some free bottled water. That's what I'm doing. So I'm sure they had some long lines at customer service for the yellow water. Somebody mentioned on that same cruise page, it's just Explore the Seas Facebook page. They mentioned that they work with like well water, because I was like, this is my opinion. I don't, from what I know about the desalination process, which is when they take in seawater and they take the salt out so they can use it for drinking water. They make it what they call potable. And so I've done some research on that process, and it's pretty thorough. So, I try to tell people when they're wanting to pay for bottled water or wondering how much of their own they can bring on, I'm like, really?
Just drink it out of the tap.
The water on board is probably better than yours at home. Like, it goes through this very thorough desalination process, but they suck that in from the ocean. They don't wait till they get close to shore, like Aruba, for instance, and suck it in. So their reasoning kind of seemed a little fishy to me.
Oh, that was not nice.
Fishy, you get it? Ba-doom-ching.
Yeah,
no, that was bad. Anyway, so I don't really go for all that. But I don't know. I'm hoping in 20 days that they have everything cleaned up, that they have emptied out the water bins.
We can move.
And it's clear again.
Yeah.
But the guy who was talking about he said sometimes when they add chlorine, and if there's already minerals in the water, then it makes a color. He said that kind of looks yellow, and he's dealt with that in his water treatment experience with his well and his pool. And so I'm like, well, I sure don't have any experience. So that sounds like a logical explanation.
I have no background in water treatment.
I do know also that the black water, which is like a raw sewer, and the gray water, which comes from like laundry and showers, they don't put for drinking water. Nope. They filter it and they put it back in the ocean. So you're not going to be getting pee in your drinking water.
We're educated here. It's urine.
You're not going to be getting, because people were like, it's yellow like pee. I'm like, I know what yellow is. Thanks.
And we know what pee is. And we know what color pee normally is.
Thanks for the description. So yeah, it's not, anyway, but it would still be disturbing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So yes, Diane said, speaking of hurricanes, we were on Mariner in September of 2019 and we had to outrun a storm. My daughter fell ill. Yeah. JJ was ill, and my mother. Our
first cruise.
Very first cruise ever on Carnival.
Conquest. I still remember it like yesterday.
It was a bad storm, and
the
captain came on the next morning and said, what did he say? Even some of the veteran.
He said, I've got crew on here that have more than 15 years experience at sea with Carnival, and they got sick.
They were getting sick. So JJ felt a little tougher.
Yeah.
Of course,
that was
he makes his Air Force joke then.
Yeah, that was 11 years ago, so I was only 55.
Oh, he was young and healthy.
Yeah.
And still got sick.
I was the man.
You're my man.
I'm your man.
Does that count?
Really?
Yeah. So those are rough to go through. Z show. Oh, breaking news! Tropical storm watch is for the Florida Keys. Okay, so it's moving into that area. So y'all be careful.
It'll probably track up to the Florida Panhandle or
that's what Governor Santos was saying.
Mississippi.
It was, like going right in the Gulf area.
Yeah.
And Scott with Rambling with the Brum says, only bottled water for this kid. I'm not taking any chances.
Scott, you and I are on the same page, buddy.
One of the passengers on, though, from this week, who was getting off today, said he tasted it and it didn't taste any different, and no one's gotten sick. So again, I feel confident that it's a chemical, reaction of some sort. Let's hope so. And they get it fixed. Okay, so speaking of itinerary changes, Carnival Vista propulsion issues change itineraries for several sailings. They're altering the routes for October 15th, October 29th, November 12th, January 21st, February 4th, and February 18th.
Wow.
All itineraries from Jamaica, Grand Cayman, and Mexico are changing to Belize, Honduras, and Mexico.
Wow.
So if you're going on the Carnival Vista coming up in October, 1 November, 1 January, and those 2 in February, be careful. Be aware that your itinerary may change. They are offering $50 onboard credit, which will be applied to your set and sail card. They say rescheduling of the cruise or canceling is also available. The cruise line says so. They're not going to like keep you from canceling. If you don't want to go to Belize, Honduras, because you're excited about going to Jamaica and Grand Cayman, and you want to cancel, they will let you cancel, reschedule, or just get a refund. So Carnival Vista.
I got to give a thumbs up to all the cruise lines during this COVID thing. They've all been pretty flexible and accommodating as much as they can be.
Right.
Given the fact that they're basically shut down and they're not bringing in any revenue. So
lost billions
probably? Of dollars.
At least millions.
Yeah. So
Yeah, they each lost millions. Yeah, Scott says friends in Tampa are bracing for the worst. Definitely. They've been probably for a couple of days now, I guess, because they knew it was coming. And of course, Governor DeSantis is good at all the federal, all the state agencies there are pretty good. They're experienced at that. So
the
let's
state
hope,
agencies on it, and FEMA's on it too,
yeah,
I'm sure.
Let's hope that people are listening.
The folks at FEMA are pretty good.
Let's hope that people are listening and take note.
Yes.
Listen.
Take appropriate action
and obey.
now.
Be careful. Yeah. And while I was having a little praise service over this next one, it has to do with Galveston Port. They are preparing, as we all know, they're doing that amazing new Royal Terminal.
Cruise port terminal.
Awesome. However, they know that with that, growth will come. So they are preparing for growth with a series of upgrades, such as expanded interior roadway to divert some port-related traffic away from Harborside Drive. If you've ever cruised out of Galveston, you know Harborside Drive is that road right in front of the terminals.
It paralyzes the traffic.
It does. It does that.
It paralyzes the traffic, and it parallels the port.
The terminal buildings. Yeah, the front doors of the terminals.
It is paralyzing. It's debilitating.
Man, you could sit there for a long time.
That's why you get there early.
So they are going to expand the interior roadway to dessert.
I'm paralyzing and you're dessert.
We're full of it today. Wish I had some dessert right now. To divert some of that traffic away. They're also doing real-time traffic conditions and routing updates via navigation apps. We announced earlier that they were partnering with Waze, W-A-Z-E, the Waze app, to provide for that.
Right.
They're also providing more wayfinding signboards for cruise passengers, advanced traffic notifications to the Port of Galveston parking reservation holders, and automated port crew parking entry and exit with a license plate recognition.
Yeah.
You weren't crazy about that?
Well,
automated port crews. Well, that would be just for the cruise, though, it sounds like. It's not just for everybody.
Sorry.
You're in public.
Former vet. I know. Former vet and former cop.
Lots of people are like, you're invading my privacy by running my license plate. It's like, you're in public.
It's not the fact that they run it. It's who do they share it with. That's the question.
I get it. Yep. So hopefully they're also talking about a roadway straight from I-45, a separate roadway that's not Harborside, straight from I-45 to the port. A new roadway, evidently, is what
an additional roadway.
Yeah, this story was also saying. So, I was grateful for that.
Yeah.
Grateful for that.
That's all well and good, but the bottom line is the island's only so big. So if you have all the traffic coming in at the same time, the key is go to the port at your assigned time.
Early enough to park. Or as Z Show Cruise Fund says, that's why I ride with Lyft. I don't have to worry about it. Yeah. You can be playing on your phone while they're waiting in traffic.
Exactly.
Right. We of course drive down to Galveston, so we have our car and we park at portparking.com.
They're very good.
We really like them.
And Cruise Vet, they do offer a military discount, by the way.
Yeah, they also offer, I think, like first responders and maybe teachers.
I don't know about teachers.
I can't remember if they do teachers or not. I know they do first responders and vets and active military.
Yep.
A discount for those categories. They also have an inside or outside parking, so you can choose either one. It's a different rate, obviously. And their building inside is raised in case it floods.
It's raised.
It is Galveston.
It is. So. It is a brick structure.
Yeah.
It is secured.
Yeah, it closes and the
locked.
door's locked.
It's locked, and they have cameras on the interior, and the building is not unlocked until your cruise ship returns to port.
And even if you're parked outside that brick building, the gates are closed and locked.
Yep.
Yeah. So unless someone, and I think it has like the Constantine wire on the top of the fence.
Ooh, what do you know about that?
Isn't that what it's called?
Ooh.
Constantine was on American Idol. Is it named after him?
No.
Badoom-ching.
No.
So they have the fences, I believe, with the wire at the top. Do you remember for sure?
I do not remember.
It's pretty secure.
Yeah.
It's pretty secure. So port parking, I will link their website down below, portparking.com. Pretty easy to remember. So I was thankful to hear about that about Galveston. So the next cruise news story, which is 1, 2, 3, I don't know what number we're on, is Norwegian.
No more coffee for you.
I know. Norwegian VIP perks are changing. So, and this is actually good news. There's some bad news about Norwegian also, but this is the good news. So for 5 nights or longer, for those who have reached platinum status, they're going to receive 2 dining vouchers, one for a specialty restaurant plus a bottle of wine.
Whoa.
You get your vino in. And the second, just for a specialty restaurant without the wine. So if you've reached platinum or above on Norwegian Latitude's VIP program, then they're offering for 5 nights or longer. Previously, the vouchers were limited in which restaurants they applied to, and now the options are wider. I think that's the difference, is that I think they used to do the vouchers also, but it was just like a couple, 3 restaurants, and now the options, maybe all the restaurants. I'm not for sure on that, but check with your travel agent or on the Norwegian website.
It's a nice perk.
The bad news for Norwegian is 2-part.
Is
The bad
it really
news,
bad?
well, one of them is.
I don't like bad news.
If you drink, one of them is.
Oh.
The bad part of the bad news is the behind the scenes ship tour, which Royal Caribbean just started back up, by the way, but Norwegian still not available. Their behind the scenes tour is still on pause. So all those of us cruising, I mean, we're cruising in January. So maybe it'll be up and running by January, Scott, for those of us on the breakaway in January. The second bad news for NCL, if you drink, is that they are raising their drink package prices. $10 price hike, which can add up across the board for all packages starting January 1. So what I don't know is if you're already booked, if you get, I think you get your cruise package. You get your drink package at the current price.
Yes.
So yeah, the price hike doesn't start until January 1. If you book January 1 or thereafter is when you're having your drinking prices raised on Norwegian. So that was kind of a bummer for about the behind the scenes. We hope that's ready by January. So we'll see. But the perks, the dining vouchers, that'd be good.
It's a nice
Platinum, thing. I'm not sure. This will only be the second time we've cruised Norwegian, so I'm not sure what platinum, like how far up that is. If it's like diamond with royal, if it takes you a long time, to get there, I'm not sure. So let's talk internet.
Oh.
Let's talk internet. You may have been in a hole somewhere if you haven't heard that Starlink is coming. Elon Musk's Starlink, his super fast satellite internet.
Super fast
Satellite internet is coming to Royal Caribbean ships. And actually it's Royal, Celebrity, and Silversea. It's all 3 of Royal Corporation's cruise lines. So They are all currently adding Starlink to their fleet. Allure, parentheses, coming to Galveston in November 2022.
And we can't wait.
Will reportedly have it for her first sailing from Galveston in November.
That'll be
First
good.
sailing, Allure's supposed to have it. That's from Horror Travel, so I'm trusting he knows more than me. It's supposed to be on all Royal ships, though, by end of first quarter 23.
That's incredible.
So is that April?
The
end of first quarter?
Yeah. And that tells me that they've got people on board. They've got people on board now that are retrofitting equipment, even while they cruise.
Right. Passengers already were reporting last week that it's active on Independence of the Seas, for sure. And I was kind of surprised because that is one of those smaller ships. that had to begin with, regular Wi-Fi, be retrofitted. But I mean, I guess for Starlink, they're putting on one of those satellite balls, and then you just have to link up to Starlink. I don't know. Is it that easy? Anyone who knows anything about satellite linkage
Hold on, let me call
can
Elon.
help.
Hey, Elon, it's JJ. What's up?
Yeah, dude, Elon, yo, it's the Wagners. Yep. Yes, Scott says if you're paid before January 1, you get the old price.
Right on.
Because Scott got the drink package.
Right,
I know. This
right
is his
on.
first cruise. He's going all in.
Man, why you got to throw him under the bus
He's
like that?
going, no, that's not there. He's going all in, man. I get it. I get it. PA, Conrail. Hey, PA, Conrail. Thanks for the Wonder vlog. We're going in April. We're taking my dad, 85, for his first cruise.
You will love her.
That
brother.
is
You will love her.
perfect.
Beautiful ship.
That is perfect.
Yes.
Now, PA Conrail, are you from PA, or is PA like your initials? Because JJ's a Pennsylvania guy, so that's why I ask. Yes, you're welcome. First of all, we loved, that was just in April, and we changed actually that sailing. We were supposed to go on Oasis of the Seas later in April, and I started looking. We were on Adventure in January, and our vlogs actually talk about Wonder coming out and us getting on it, and we were like, yeah, that's going to be too expensive. No way.
Matter of fact,
We were like, no way that's happening.
we had that conversation while I was sitting there watching her cruise into to Miami.
Could have been.
I said, I wonder if we'll ever go on Wonder.
I wonder. And we didn't know in January.
And we didn't know.
Yeah.
We had no idea.
But I started checking before our April Oasis, and I was like, this isn't crazy expensive. Like,
Right.
It's usually more than we pay, but it's Wonder.
Yeah.
So we got on her 5th sailing, and
She was amazing.
I mean, we loved it. You can see our review. If you saw the review, PA Conrail, if you saw the review video, then you can see what we thought about it. I mean, someone posted a recent comment that said something about, if you find any problems on Wonder, you need to look in the mirror for the problem. And I'm like, yeah, I agree. Like, it was great, which is what our review basically said. Like, generally it was great, but then, everybody has their preferences. So that's what the video was about, like, we didn't care for this. This could have been better. It was just the 5th sailing. So like the Aqua Show wasn't complete, those kind of things. What are you going to do?
That's because, when they made the transatlantic, the weather was too rough to rehearse.
They couldn't rehearse the whole time.
My man, PA, he is
originally from PA.
And he's my Air Force brother, too.
The Air Force brought me to Florida and retired from the Air Force here in Northwest Florida. You cruise a lot then, I bet, because we're thinking about retiring in Florida. I mean, he's already retired, Air Force buddy. He's your PA and your Air Force brother.
Danville
Love
Ironman.
Love it. And thank you for your service.
Absolutely.
Conrail, definitely. Diane says, what an amazing ship for the first cruise.
Woo.
Oh man, did you say your dad? Yes, your dad. My dad is 84. He'll be 84 in November.
He'll be 84 in November.
Yes. He's been on a few, but he's not even able to really travel now. He has pain in his hips and stuff. He's not able to really travel that much. That is amazing to do with your dad. Yeah. Y'all are going to love that. Allentown, PA Conrail.
Allentown. My dad flew, let's see. He got out of the military when I was in 4th grade, started flying Air Force. Came back from his second tour of Vietnam, started flying jets for United out of Newark, and he went into Allentown a lot on a 27 as a young United pilot. Yeah. So I remember flying that route with him when I was just a little boy in 4th grade.
I don't know that much about Allentown.
Allentown, I could fly into Allentown and go to Danville.
There you go.
Right up at Susquehanna Valley.
So yes, we're excited about Starlink.
Yes.
We're then real excited because we go on Allure in April. And so we'll have better live streaming for y'all. All you guys out there.
What is that?
I don't know. Who says use guys? New Jersey, right? New Jersey says use guys?
Joe Pesci.
I don't know.
Says use guys.
Use guys. So use guys will get better streaming when we get on in
when
April.
When he was the lawyer.
When we get on.
Use guys.
Yes. Okay. Another, semi-big story. If you ever cruise Princess, we've never cruised Princess.
Not to say we wouldn't.
Yeah. Because we're going on Celebrity in January of 24. We've already have that booked. We're booked up all the way till Jesus comes back, y'all. I mean, we're booked up.
I'm not complaining.
Through April 24. Yeah, we're going on the Mardi Gras finally. That'll be our 3rd carnival.
Y'all excuse me.
Yeah, the dog is wanting to go out.
He's beating my door to death.
It's y'all know if y'all can hear that, it's the doorstop for our back door, and he flops it when he wants to. It's like training your dog with a bell to go outside. He clicks the drops. That's crazy, but maybe we should train him with a bell. Maybe we should put a bell right there instead of the doorstop. Anyway, Princess Cruises has unveiled details on its next generation of ships. Speaking of next generation, y'all have heard about the Icon, right? For Royal Caribbean. There are videos now on YouTube. They're releasing more and more information. Royal Caribbean blog had it up, and the Royal Caribbean YouTube page, is that where you saw it?
I believe that's right.
Royal Caribbean YouTube page also had a video about the Icon, the first Icon ship.
Yeah,
So-
our itinerary may change in the future if we can get on her.
We need to be changing because she's released in 23. I mean, that's like next year. So
Yep.
I don't know. We're supposed to go to Alaska in September of 23.
Right.
I don't really want to change that. That'll be our
Uh,
first Alaska.
No.
Yeah, Cruise Vet can convince us not to change it.
Right.
Although he's had Skagway change, so he may not be the happiest camper. Hopefully they get all that fixed soon. All the rock falls and everything. The rock slides. Yeah.
Rock slides.
Yeah. And Cruise Vet will let us know how that's going. But Princess Cruises, their next generation of ships, the ship is the new Sun Princess. And I say new because I think this is like the third ship named Sun Princess. Will be the first of the line's Sphere, like Sphere, Sphere class of vessels, and Princess Cruises' largest ship to date. Currently under construction at the Fincantieri shipyard and is scheduled to make its debut in early 24. When complete, the 175,500 ton vessel will accommodate up to 4,000 guests. That'll be big for Princess.
It is.
I mean, clearly, Royal's been building 4,000 plus, but that'll be Princess's biggest one. It will feature, this is going to be cool, 21 decks with more outdoor balcony space than any other ship.
21 decks.
21 decks. That's more than,
You don't need a,
Wonder has like, what, 16?
you don't need a helicopter to get to the
Yeah.
top.
The ship is part of the parent company Carnival, of course, Princess. Carnival Corporation owns Princess. And it's part of their green cruising focus and is one of 11 new ships to be powered by LNG fuel technology.
As is Icon, and that will be
Yes.
the first.
Liquid natural gas.
gas.
So look it up if you don't know what it is, especially if you're, a real proponent of a green energy agenda. Like LNG it should be the future. I mean,
Yeah.
seriously.
I agree.
I think whether a person is super green or not super green, we can all agree LNG, I think, should be the future. In total, Sun Princess will offer 2,157 staterooms, including 50 suites and 100 connecting rooms. All balcony cabins will include an in-room sofa. Sun Princess will sail its inaugural season in the Mediterranean for the spring and summer of 24.
Oh.
And then in the fall, the ship will reposition to Port Everglades for Western and Eastern Caribbean voyages.
Interesting.
Yeah. We haven't ever sailed Princess. There's another channel I watch. It's a female. I can't remember the name of her channel. White female, like a Bob. Some of y'all may watch her channel. And she talks a lot about Princess. She's a travel agent. And they cruise on Princess a lot, actually. And she has a lot of cruise news. Like the majority of her cruise news is about Princess. So it's making me think that a bunch of her audience clearly
Well,
is,
clearly.
cruises
clearly.
on Princess.
Yeah.
Yes. PA Conrail says Alaska is on the wish list.
All right.
Definitely. We booked this, oh goodness, last year?
Yeah.
Probably. Like as early as we could. We were like, we need to go to Alaska. This is crazy. Like we've 16 cruises in the Caribbean and we really need to go to Alaska. So we booked it way far out so we could pay it out. And then
Smaller payments.
Then we started looking at the excursion costs, which we also need to start booking so we can pay them out. It's crazy expensive cruise, which is one of the reasons, because obviously you got to fly to Seattle. You got to pay for it's just more expensive excursions. You don't get the cost of excursions like you do in the Caribbean. So be prepared to save up and budget and go.
Yeah, the excursion prices just, woo, they hurt.
Yes. PA Conrail also says Wonder of the Seas will be the 8th cruise, I believe, out of Florida. Yeah.
She is amazing.
Yes. Diane says, do you have Glacier Bay on your Alaska itinerary? No.
No, we do not.
Sitka, Skagway, and Victoria.
Yeah.
British Columbia.
Yep.
Yeah.
So if we can stay healthy and we can
Find the money.
we may go back.
We may go back a sec. Oh yeah. I mean, sure. Why not? I mean, some people like that's some people on I'm on an Ovation Quantum Facebook page, which those are the 2 Royal Caribbean ships cruising out of Alaska right now. So, everyone on those Facebook pages have either already booked or have already gone. There's some people who have gone like double-digit times to Alaska. So I don't know if they like live close to Seattle, so they don't have flight costs, or they just obviously have a bigger budget than we do.
They won.
Which doesn't take a lot.
They won multiple lotteries.
It doesn't take a lot, but people budget it in. That's what cruising. That's what vacationing at all is all about.
Exactly. Exactly.
Like we're already blessed. All of us here who've cruised are already blessed to take that kind of vacation.
Exactly.
That we can afford to, because some people can't afford to vacation anywhere. So that's what I think about it. I'm like, and if we can do something like Alaska, we're in, a low percentage of people who can do that. So that's
Exactly.
that's a big blessing. Yes. Diane says, as your old school best friend, you need Glacier Bay in your life. We'll have to look at it. Who knows though, Diane, seriously, the way that they're changing the itineraries and the way that Alaska's been kind of flip-flopping. I don't know.
We may end up there anyway.
I mean, it's a year from now, actually. It's September of next year. So who knows?
It could happen.
We are excited though. And Diane, obviously you sound like you've been to Alaska. How many times? Share with us. We're excited about Bouchard Gardens.
Oh, yeah.
We loved Central Park Gardens.
In New York City.
Conservatory.
In New York City.
Is it called the Conservatory?
Yes.
It's on one end, the north end of Central Park in New York City. I wish we would have done it first. I wish we would have started on the north end. We started on the south end just because it was closer to, we were staying in Midtown, and in Midtown Manhattan, and it was closer. So we just took, the subway dropped us off at the south end, and that's where we started walking through Central Park. We had to come back a second day because I was like, we missed half the park. There's so much to see and do. Man, I wish we would have I could have done 2 days in those conservatory gardens.
You could have spent a week.
So beautiful.
And not seen it all.
So beautiful. And yeah. I'm not really I'm not a person who likes to go look at museums. I appreciate and respect the artists and their talents, their skill set, but I'm just not someone who just likes to walk through a museum. Not my thing. And so I was kind of surprised that I was so walking around like a kid at a candy store at the gardens. It's just so beautiful. It really is amazing. And so we were real excited about Bouchard Gardens. The Jewish redneck prepper is in the house. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. He says shalom, folks. Hey, thanks for joining us. Scott with Rambling with the Brumps also says our bucket list also is Alaska. Seriously. Okay, so Diane, you need to tell me why I need to change to Glacier Bay. I don't know anything about. I hear about Sitka, obviously, and you hear about Skagway because I think maybe every cruise stop there.
You're on a platform that you can research that.
Is it called, what's it called? Goggle? Something like that? Google maybe? Is that what it's called?
How about YouTube?
And YouTube too. Yeah. Glacier Bay. There you go. Port excursions. Grant Canfield says Glacier Bay is as good as any excursion and is free from the ship. Okay, so Glacier Bay I don't even know that. Is Glacier Bay a port or is it an excursion? It sounds like it's an excursion. It's free from the ship. I don't know. Y'all have to tell me.
It's where you cruise up north and you actually sit in the ship in the harbor and you can see the glaciers as they fall off into the water.
Okay, I think I know.
That's Glacier Bay.
I have heard.
Am I right?
Read it, maybe.
Am I right?
Glacier Bay is a national park. Okay, excellent.
And you can have a helicopter pick you up on the heliport and take you over to the glacier.
Let's do that. What is it, like $6,000 a person?
I'm just saying.
We'll just drop that.
Where else can you do it, right?
Seriously. Yes, yeah. Grant adds, and Diane says national park. Grant says an area, it's a national park. Okay, so which port, y'all, will I be stopping at? Like Sitka. So can I stop there at which port? Any of those ports? Because we're at Sitka, Skagway, and British Columbia.
I'm not sure their port. I'm not sure their port there.
So I'm saying, how do we get there? Oh, you sail through it. Okay.
That's what I say. You sail through. You're
Okay.
in the
It's
harbor.
an area.
Yes.
So you just like get to see the national park on either side of the
And
ship?
the glaciers. Yeah,
that
the
it?
glaciers are down here through the hills. And,
Yes.
Yeah.
Glacier Bay would allude.
Yeah, and they're blue. They're blue like my shirt.
Oh, because of the water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not
Awesome.
important.
I don't know, y'all. Y'all being Grant and Alan. Diane asking us. Yeah, we'll have to find out.
Find out what?
If Glacier Bay, if we're cruising through Glacier Bay. I can't remember. And my notes for that cruise are on my phone, which is filming us right now. So I can't look right now. Yeah. Diane said, oh, it is the best sea day. I cried. I do that too. When something is so beautiful, you're just like, look at that, at God's creation. That's one of the reasons we love cruising so much, is that we're like, look at this. I can just look out and I'm seeing nothing but water all around me. It's beautiful. The sunrise, the sunset. That's what I try to explain to people who haven't cruised before. I'm like, it's not all about what am I going to do on the ship.
Right.
That's awesome too.
That is.
Depending on the ship.
It can be fun.
And the food is absolutely amazing. That's awesome too. But
lobster night.
The nature and everything you get to see. Yeah. Adding to his.
Don't hurt yourself.
It has shrunk.
Don't hurt yourself.
It has shrunk.
Yeah. I have one ab.
P.A. Conrail says, aim high, blue.
Aim high, brother.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll be looking at Glacier Bay and we'll see if we're going through that. I don't guess we can like request.
Well, you can.
If we're not going through there, you can ask all day long, Sherry.
Yeah.
The crew will say, the crazy lady, the crazy blonde lady on deck, whatever deck we're on.
That's like me.
Keeps asking us to go through Glacier Bay.
That's like me. My mother and dad passed away in Pennsylvania. 4 years ago for mother this February, and 4 years for dad the following May. But anyway, every now and then I'll have this thought run through my head that I need to call Pennsylvania and check on mom or dad. And one time I told my brother, who lives in New Jersey, Union City, said, I had this crazy thought today that I need to call and check on mom and dad. And he says, well, you can call, but she's probably not going to answer.
You can call, but she's not going to answer.
You can call, but she probably ain't going to answer.
Yeah, no. Yes, Grant says Cindy can change you. And Cindy is our travel agent.
Cindy is really good.
Yes. She told us, Grant, when you booked, and I was like, oh yeah, Grant Canfield from YouTube. Yeah. So she was like, thank you for that. Yeah, she's really good. Her name is Cindy Van. I can't, if I take
Van
her.
Kirk.
Yes, if I take her maiden name out, because she has her maiden name on YouTube. Cindy Van Kirk. I will link her information below. So Grant uses her as a travel agent, and we use her. She's very good.
We've been using her, and we love her.
Yeah, she's very responsive. And because we dealt with, during the shutdown, we had booked with Vacations to Go. Got some good deals. I'm not going to talk bad about them, except for what I'm fixing to say. Because when the world shuts down and you have booked with an online conglomerate,
agency
like cruise.com or cruise line or cruisedeals.com or iCruise.com or whatever, any of those really large travel conglomerates online, evidently they shut down too.
Yep.
If they have an office building, it shuts down when the world shuts down. And of course, who knew? We'd never been through that before, but it was like an act of Congress getting someone on the phone or to respond to my emails, because I was, I had my cruise canceled. I needed to rebook. I needed to develop refunds, whatever.
Same people. I mean, the same thing other people were dealing with.
It was crazy, but they weren't dealing with that if they had an independent travel agent.
Correct.
Let me just say that, I'm plugging. We're not sponsored or anything by Cindy. She's just done a great service for us. She also, her company is called Send Me Global, and she books mission trips. She books trips for mission groups. And so, we like to give her business. But she's so responsive. So it was like night and day, our experience with Vacations to Go. And then Cindy, we just email her and she's like, hey, even when she's on vacation, she's like, hey, I'm on, or I'm messing with my grandchild right now, or, whatever. And with my grandchild playing or whatever, she just say, hey, I'll do that this evening. Or, I'll do that when I get back from where, wherever she is. It's great. It doesn't have to be done this very second. But hey, I'll do it when I get home. And
Correct.
She does. And we get an email saying this is what it is. So
she is an effective communicator.
Yes, she's good.
Yep.
I would highly recommend her. So I will put, after the stream is over, I will put her information, her link below. But it's Cindy Van Kirk. And I think you can just search for Cindy Van Kirk. It's two different words, Van and Kirk, on Facebook and find her
Yes, you can.
travel agency
Yes, you can.
page. Yeah. Yeah. So, okay. I think the cruise news, we did all the cruise news. We did make sure you check your websites if you're cruising this week.
Where'd my Jewish friend go?
Because of Hurricane Ian.
Jewish redneck prepper?
What was the name?
Yeah, there he is.
Jewish redneck prepper.
Yeah,
That is a funny name. You combine all those, Jewish redneck and prepper.
I've got some very good friends. Some in New York and two that live in Tel Aviv, actually. Jewish friends that have been to Texas to visit.
We met one family on cruise line, and we keep in contact with them on a Royal Caribbean cruise.
Yep. Of course, having spent 8 years growing up in New Jersey, I met several good.
A lot of Jewish neighbors.
Well, I had some good friends in school who were Jewish.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yes. Oh yeah. G Show said. Z Show Cruise Fund says hit the thumbs up button. Thanks. We
Thank you.
That.
Yeah, we sure do.
Yeah, it just tells Royal Caribbean. It tells YouTube that people like cruise stuff. You know, like that's what the algorithm watches, the likes and the thumbs up and the shares and all that kind of stuff. So,
and if you haven't figured it out by now, she's the pretty one and the smart one, and I'm just the goofy prop.
Got him trained super well.
Mother raised 3 boys. I'm just going to say that.
November will be
25 years.
Or is it 25? The way you're reading it.
25 years of wedded bliss.
Wedded bliss. Yes.
Yeah, but she's been putting up with me for 28. So.
Yeah. You haven't putting up with me. I'm not always easy. Let's see. Hopefully by next Friday, I will hit 100 subscribers. Z Show Cruise Fund. Y'all go. If you like cruise stuff. If you don't like cruise stuff, then I hate to say it, but you know how it is. Z Show. You want people who are actually going to stay and watch.
Correct.
And, help support your. So
Anchors.
if you like cruise stuff, go to Z Show Cruise Fun and check it out and subscribe.
And like.
Yes. Hopefully by next Friday, I'll hit 100 subscribers.
Excellent.
I remember that we started with an older channel. It was called After 40 Fitness. And so we have some fitness videos from way back in like 2016. But we just restarted and completely changed to this format and this subject matter.
Niche.
I'll say this niche in last September.
Yep.
So it's been a year for us. So, you just got to, go with the vlog. People obviously love the vlogs. And our views and stuff go down when we're not on the ship. I'm the same way. I like to watch actual cruise vlogs when people are on the ships that I'm looking at or looking into. That's what's fun because you get to see the ship and then you get to do I like these people? Yes, I do like these people. I like these people, and so I'll watch more of them.
You need to say hello to your sail away crew. Come here.
So, Diane says 25 years. Congratulations. Thank you. Fist bump to all you who have been married he's right here.
Let me see him.
All of you who've been married.
We need to say hello to our sail away crew.
Percy says he usually makes an appearance.
Percy says,
vlog.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Yeah.
Percy is a Mickey.
He's a sweet boy.
I had never heard of the brand. The breed.
Call my dog a brand.
I had never heard of the dog breed. Miki, M-I-K-I. And it's like one of those designer 3.
He's a designer pup.
Japanese Papillon, Shih Tzu, and something else. I can't remember.
That makes me, hey, wait a minute. That makes me a designer.
You're a designer breed.
Yeah.
Your designer brand.
Yeah, they call me a mutt.
A mutt.
A
Yeah,
mutt.
they call them mutts too. But they are UKC registered. They're not AKC yet, but he was a dog. He was a blue winner at the dog show.
Blue ribbon.
At 6 months old.
Blue ribbon winner.
Blue ribbon winner.
Check that out, man.
6 months old.
Check me out. I'm on TV. I am cool. What up?
He's like, what
What
y'all
up?
doing? Okay, Dad. Enough. Oh, Scott with Rambling with the Brum says 27 years in May.
All right. Congratulations.
Woo-hoo. All right. Joanne Smith in the house. Hey, Joanne. Your Adventure of the Seas video saved me when we were planning our first cruise on Adventure of the Seas last month. Excellent.
Sorry for the vibration.
High
I
five.
just kicked the tripod.
Kick the camera.
Yeah.
High five and fist bump to you, Joanne. So grateful. That's why we started the channel. I mean, that's why we do this is because I remember when if you can't figure it out, I'm like a detailed research type person. And when we started cruising, I was like, oh, well, where do I go to find out, something, a pretty basic, what I thought would be basic.
You don't know what you don't know when you're
right.
starting.
And so, especially when you've never been on a ship, And what's the ship like? Well,
Right.
what about this kind of cabin? What
Right.
about this kind of cabin? Well, how do
What's the wake view look like?
Yeah, there you go. That's it. Or like on Royal Caribbean, the Royal Up program. That's why I did that video that's coming out tomorrow.
Right.
It's just 4 minutes long because really it's that simple. That's all it takes to.
I'm looking forward to seeing Cruise Vet do his skydive.
Yes, his iFly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We'll get that done. Diane says 27 years. Congratulations to you too. Woohoo, Diane. All right. Yeah. Yeah, that's why we do those vlogs when we go on any ship. That's why we decided to start to rebrand and do the channel, because I was like, we're going to cruise anyway. Why don't we just show people what we're doing? Granted, it does take a little more thought process because we used to sit out by the pool a lot more often than we do now, because I'm like, who wants to watch a vlog of me just sitting out by the pool? Like, that's boring. So now we do more activities, which is good for our health and our fitness, because like on Wonder, we did the Abyss and we didn't do the Flow Rider because we don't want to break bones. Although I have done the Flow Rider before. It was fun.
I'm doing the Flow Rider this time.
Okay.
And the wall.
You can boogie board. You can be on your chest.
As long as my back is okay.
Yeah. And I've done the rock climbing wall. And, but we did the Abyss and we did, what else did we do? Of course, the ice skating show. We vlog everything we go to in the aqua show. We show people. It's like, oh, should I book the ice skating show? Am I going to like it? It's just an ice skating show. It's really good. And the aqua show, and a bunch of water, people diving into water. I don't know what it's much more than that.
Here was my take on the whole thing. We're getting started as rookie cruisers. I had two thoughts. Number one, what's cruising like, and do I want to do it? So you go to YouTube. Okay.
All things Wagner.
Yeah. You get an idea of what it's like. You live vicariously through those videos, and you can get an education at the same time.
Yeah. Because we like to pepper in while we're doing the vlogs. It's not just, hey, here's us doing this.
Right.
We like to then talk about, hey, this is how we did this, or this is what you'd have to do to go to the ice skating show, or this is, the little edutainment parts of, the channel where you can find out, what do I have to do when I get on board, or how do I book this show, or whatever.
Right.
And we talk about it, during our vlogs to educate people too, instead of, people who just do plain old vlogs. This is us just having fun. That's fine too.
Right.
Because you get to see the ship and you just get to, like you said, live vicariously through them. That's great too.
Some people might not ever get a chance to cruise.
Absolutely.
But at least they can see the experience. They can live it through video.
Absolutely. P.A. Conrail says, I found you all searching YouTube for Wonder of the Season, folks.
Well, there you go.
There you go. Thanks. Yeah. Diane says, Jason from EEC, hurt his shoulder from the Flow Rider.
He had
surgery, big time
surgery. He had major shoulder surgery on that deal. Yep,
yeah,
he sure did.
We watched them also.
Yeah, and he's like 15 plus years younger than me. So.
Yeah. He was trying
he has beautiful hair.
He does have a good head of hair.
Yeah.
Diane, I think he was also trying to do was he trying to do stand up? I can't remember what it was, because he does the knee board and the on your chest. Boogie board. He does that pretty well. Yeah. He's in pretty good shape, and he does that pretty well. I think maybe he was trying to stand.
He deuced up trying to surf.
Oh man, he hit it hard.
Yeah, I won't be surfing. I'll just tell you that.
I have a warning also for the Flow Riders. If anyone's trying it, your bottoms will come off. My almost lost my shorts. I had on swim shorts over my bikini bottoms because I had already read the warnings. Because for those of you who don't know what the Flow Rider is, I'm sure you do. It's a wave simulator. And so there's all this water coming at you.
40 miles an hour.
Then you ride the wave. They have them at water parks and stuff. So as you're sitting when you fall off of the boogie board or the surfboard, whichever one you're doing, you're shoved back by the flow of the water, and the water just keeps coming. And depending on which direction
what
you're
position
facing,
you go down in.
Okay, let's just say I'm facing this way and the water's coming. Then the bikini top could come up. Or if you're facing the other way, then the bottoms, trunks. I've seen guys too, losing their trunks.
I think I'm gonna wear a bodysuit.
Seriously.
I don't want to be showing off my ab.
Oh yeah.
My ab.
Your one ab?
Yeah.
A ski suit, a scuba gear.
Ski suit.
Seriously, because you got to like tie those trunks tight, and women like wear a rash guard and swim shorts or something because you could lose it. I was like pulling at my swim shorts. My bikini bottoms did not. They weren't going to come down.
Babe, I think they got the picture. I really think they got the picture.
People may have thought though that I was losing something and going to show because they might not. Have
they got the picture.
I had something underneath. Okay, moving right along. Yes, Grant reminded us we did the zip line also. And JJ did the zip line for the first time.
Yep.
And he was very complimentary. He told everyone.
It's a lot of fun.
No matter your age or your fitness level, whatever, to do the zip line. It's lots of fun.
Yeah.
Diane says, I insisted my daughters wear a one piece if they did the flow rider.
You're a wise woman. Yes, you are.
That is the way to do it.
That is a wise woman.
Scott with Rambling with the Brum says, if my trunks come off, it's everyone's issue but me. LOL.
Hey, guess what? That's the right attitude, brother. Somebody will throw you a towel, I'm sure.
Yeah. It's like, woohoo!
No, I don't want the towel back. Really, keep the towel.
I'll just pay another $25 for that. That's funny. Yeah, seriously. But the flow rider's fun. Zip line is awesome. It has some rules, as you'll see if you watch our Wonder vlogs, because JJ went.
Oh, let's not.
With it. Do you have them on right now?
No.
He has what's called 5-toe shoes.
Vibram.
Which is, that's a brand, but there's lots of different brands, which is the independent, toe shoes that they have.
Foot socks.
It has a spot for each of your toes, and they're called 5-toe shoes.
Like a glove.
Yeah. 5-finger shoes. Some people call them that too, because your toes are separated by material. And so he went, it says closed toe shoes. He went to the zip line and they didn't consider, he had to call a supervisor. And I'm like, is the supervisor looking at the shoes? Because it's all enclosed with leather. They're his leather gym shoes, and they're not cheap. We didn't pay full price for them. We got them on sale. But.
I have a theory about that rule. That came from a corporate lawyer.
Yep. Ding, ding, ding.
That didn't want to be involved in any lawsuit if somebody lost or broke a toe.
But it doesn't even make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
It makes it appear that the corporate lawyer was doing a good job.
Because they're definitely closed toe.
Hey, just my opinion.
Right. So he was not happy when he got rejected the first day because he was all prepared mentally to go do the zip line. And it's not scary.
They don't realize how I was 65 at the time. They don't realize how much stress that put on me. And I'm a heart patient.
He was in the military and went through boot camp, and he's scared of doing a zip line. Anyway, after he did it, though, you realize
I was 18 years old.
You realize it was nothing, right? The zip line, no big deal.
Piece of cake.
Fun.
Piece of cake.
Exhilarating. He did it more than once. He did it like 2 or 3 times.
I've never been this old, but I'll do it again.
Yeah. And the line wasn't very long. We went in the early morning. Mm-hmm. So keep that in mind if you're doing any of those. Flow Rider too. Like look on the schedule on your app or in the cruise compass for Royal Caribbean is what they call it. And find out when it opens and just be there in line right at the beginning. Right. Because the Flow Rider especially, you'll have a bunch of kids like minors, because they do the flow riders at the water parks all summer when they're out of school. Yeah, all day long, all summer. So they're really good at them.
They get out, they get in line. They get out, they get in line. They get out,
and they ride it on the cruise ship all day long.
Yeah.
Yep.
I got an idea. Here's an idea. Let's just give them a wakeboard and a rope and put them behind the ship.
And just let them wakeboard the whole time.
Yeah, why not?
Some parents probably would do that. Just saying.
I'm just saying.
Diane, Scott says they will toss many towels. LOL. I'll just leave that right there, Scott. We'll leave that right there.
He's bragging.
Diane says, I thought the 5-toe shoe was appropriate for that zip line. I was surprised I denied you. We were too, Diane. Thank you for feeling our pain.
Lawyers.
He was not I had to slow him down. His
Lawyers.
His emotional role for the video. I was like, don't say a cuss word, babe, if you're that upset.
I had to.
He was like, here's the shoe. It's clearly closed toe. Yeah. So he went back the next day or whatever, and we did it then. It's completely worth doing. So if something happens, and you can't do those things, you can go back. Okay. Who'd we miss last week? So let's make sure.
Who we missed?
Let's make sure we haven't missed any comments from anybody. Yeah, I think we got them all. We missed, I can't remember who it was, who we were getting ready to like wrap it up like we are now. And I saw a comment and he was asking us a question about like, what have we done on the cruise or what have we not done or whatever. And I felt so bad.
Well, this is the way we do it. If you have a question before we end this, put it down here so we can get to it.
Put it on right now. And obviously everyone who's watching after the live stream, put it in the comments and we will answer. We keep an eye on our comments on all of our videos and we try to answer everything.
ASDFGHJKL, something, semicolon.
Your typewriter buttons.
Home row.
Scott, Rambling with the Brum, says, hey, JJ, if things go south, we will hang out at the bowling alley. There's a bowling alley on Norwegian. I forgot about that.
Yeah, there is. There is.
Well, we are, you haven't bowled in so long because of your knee.
Yeah.
Now it's going to be your back.
Yeah, but I've got to help her.
You have a sit at the bowling alley.
I've got to help
buddy
her.
now.
That's right.
We definitely will. Scott.
Right
on. Okay. So thank y'all all so much. We enjoy these. I think people who come on enjoy them too. Y'all keep coming back. So share it, with your friends
if
who
you
like
care,
cruising.
share.
And we're going to cut it off right here, I guess. And we'll see y'all next week. We will have just come home from my parents. So we're going to see my parents next week, but we'll be home by Sunday.
I'm going to go love on my in-laws.
We'll be home by Sunday afternoon. So we will see y'all next Sunday. Grant says they must be afraid the wind on the zip line will lift you off the track, blowing through your toes. Definitely. That makes perfect sense.
Like a parachute effect.
That makes perfect sense.
That's got to be it.
That must be it.
I
don't know if they're afraid like something will get wrapped around the individual toes because it's not, one piece of shoe.
How's it going to get wrapped around?
I have
I'm hanging
no
from the
idea.
wire by my toes.
Exactly. Right. That's why some crazy corporate lawyer did it.
Anyway.
Diane, so good seeing everyone, and especially you, Sherry and JJ. Thanks, Diane. Thanks for joining. PA Conrail, pray for those in harm's way of Ian.
Always.
Amen.
Pray for Puerto Rico.
Yep.
And most of all, pray for America and our troops around the world.
Yes. Amen.
We love y'all.
Okay. We'll see you next week.
Peace.